All right, so that recording got cut off, so here's the next half. Okay, so we've identified some things that the dagger represents, literally and symbolically. So I'm going to build my key here. We are going to be looking for examples of personification. I am going to identify those in orange. We're going to be looking for illusions. I'm going to use pink. Then we're going to be looking for rhyming couplets. I'm going to use blue. We're going to be looking for rhetorical questions, more rhetorical questions. I'm going to make them yellow. Then, lastly, we're going to look for examples of paradox. I'm going to use green. Okay? We are going to be paraphrasing what we identify in the margins. If you are not using colors or don't have a key, make sure after you identify it in the text with underlining or circling or whatever, you label it. Okay? Here we go. Let's get started. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand? This is a rhetorical question. What we see happening here is Macbeth is actually essentially like hallucinating. He's in such turmoil about what he's about to do that he literally starts to like hallucinate that he's seeing a dagger. Okay? So let's keep going. Come, let me clutch thee. So he's seeing it. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Okay? This is a paradox. Okay, let's get our paraphrases done in the margin over here. So all of these, essentially, the rhetorical questions and the paradox, are really highlighting Macbeth's inner struggle, this decision that he has to make to go kill. So I'm going to say Macbeth is hallucinating a dagger. Okay? He's like aware that he doesn't have his dagger out yet, right? The opportunity is in front of him. And he's kind of like, am I going to take this opportunity? Okay? So he says, I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Like, I don't actually have a dagger, but I see it. Macbeth is indecisive still. Okay. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? More rhetorical questions, okay? Essentially the whole rest of this. Rhetorical questions. He starts to like question his senses here. Am I really seeing this? Are you just in my mind? Am I sick? Heat oppressed brain. Can anybody guess what that is? A fever, right? Am I sick? Feverish? Right? Then it keeps going, I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Like I'm seeing it so clearly in front of me that it's almost as real as this one, right? And he takes out his dagger. Okay, so now he's actually holding a dagger. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Martialist me the way that I was going. Martialist means like to lead. So the dagger that he was seeing is leading him the way that he was going. And such an instrument I was to use. Like he's like, I was supposed to use these to kill Duncan. So all of this is really, really emphasizing just the turmoil that Macbeth is still in. Okay, he's seeing things. He's like being led down the hallway to go commit this murder. His brain is kind of messing with him. Now he says, mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon, gouts of blood, which was not so before. So he like looks at his dagger, and it looks like the dagger's already bloody, okay? We also here have some personification. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses. Macbeth's sight is being fooled by his other senses. Or, like, his sight is the only sense that can be trusted, okay? So here we have personification of sight, or his eyes, excuse me, of his eyes, right into a paradox. Okay? Essentially, like, either my eyes are fooling me or they're the only thing I can trust. Okay, so either my eyes are fooling me or they're the only thing I can trust, a paradox. That's a contradiction, right? Okay, here we go. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to my eyes. So he almost has like this moment of like, none of this is real. It's just because of what I'm about to do. I'm like seeing things. Now over one half of the world, over the one half world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Okay? Nature seems dead. Essentially, like, it's dark, it's nighttime, everything kind of feels like dead at night. And his, like, tiredness and these dreams, these visions are what's really happening. Here we go. He says, witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch, thus with his stealthy pace. Okay, we're going to stop there because we just crossed over a illusion. All right, the first illusion we have is to Hecate, the witch, or yeah, the goddess of witchcraft, excuse me. So, witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's, okay? Then we have some personification. For me, personification is orange. Personification of murder. Withered murder, like withered old murder, has been woken up by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch. Okay? So, allusion to Hecate, kind of like evil in the witchcraft part, and crossroads, like Macbeth can keep going down this one way and murder Duncan, or he can stop and not murder Duncan, okay? And then murder is personified.